Yeah, buddy. Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And today is day 2 of the draft Sorta-Spectacular show for us. You know, obviously we're not going to try to compete with McAfee out there on day 1, but I don't think anybody else has got a draft spectacular on day 2, and I wouldn't necessarily call us spectacular. So that's why it's a draft Sorta-Spectacular. Anyway, we do have actually quite a good show. There's a lot of stuff for us to cover. A lot of cool things happened last night for really every team, unless you're a Charger fan. And it's been an exciting draft thus far, and it continues right now. And that's what we're here for. We are here to hang out, watch some draft picks happen, go over some things that have happened this week. And yeah, man, we got a lot of cool stuff to cover. But before we get started, do us a favor. As I always say, minimize that screen for us. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have subscribed before, thank you so much. Like I said, I say it every time, and I mean it. Every single subscription matters so much to us. They're huge. We're at 186 right now, which is just astronomical compared to what I ever thought we would be. When we hit 30, I thought that was it. Anyway, at 186, we're almost at 200. So yeah, do us a favor and share as well. That's something I haven't said. So if you haven't already, share this thing, man. We are having a blast. We've got a football show tonight. We've got a hockey show that's going on every week, and it has been a hit thus far. We've had some funny segments, some funny clips out there. Anyway, but you keep hearing me say we, and then of course you only see me. So let me see if I can figure out where these other two guys are that we're bringing on today, and we'll welcome them on, our two co-hosts for the Draft Spectacular. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bully and the Eggman. How are we, boys?
We're back. Let's go.
Yes, sir. How's Bully doing down there?
Down under. I feel good, kid. I'm feeling good today.
Yeah, Mass treating you all right out there?
Mass is treating me great. I'm having a good time out here. I got a little opportunity to play some golf. We got the NFL draft. We've got other things going on with the show, and I'm just fortunate to be here. I'm very happy to be involved, boys.
Man, I tell you what, it is so good to have the Bully back in the box, man. Welcome back, dude. The old playoff crew is back in well, we're back together, right? So awesome. Your mom, by the way, says hi. So go ahead, give mom.
Oh, that's right.
Give mom a hi.
Mom.
There you go. Anyway, boys, how's our week, Bully? You took the week off, didn't you? Did you take a week off?
Took the week off. I had a great week. It was just good to get things organized around the house. Played a little golf. Did a few things that I enjoy. And, I'm back to work tomorrow, so I'm excited about that.
Okay, good deal. Well, did you recharge the batteries then, we could say?
Recharging the batteries is the way.
Beautiful. Andrew, how about the week? I know we had a show earlier this week already, and it was quite a show.
We did.
But
it was quite the show, especially at the end.
Man alive.
Yeah. It's Friday. It's football. It's been a week. I needed this. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited. And by the way, we see you all in the comments. We are excited that you guys are here. In fact, one person that I see in the comments, Sportniks, hey, welcome. Stick around for a little bit. I got something that I want to show you there, Sportniks.
You're being invaded.
Yes, it's awesome. So, oh no, we have been invaded. Yes, son.
I was just letting you know that I'm going to Walmart to get myself a new shirt for work.
Okay.
Give me some cool stuff from Walmart.
Love you. Be careful.
All right.
If you get in a wreck, you're on your own. Sorry. I got a show, man. What do you want from me?
No vapes.
They respect the hustle, he says. Anyway, yeah. So Sportniks, yeah, we got something cool coming up for that. But one thing I do want to cover, our show earlier this week in the hockey was our Masketology show. And my goodness, did we absolutely fall apart at the end of it. If you haven't seen the clips, go check them out. They are on YouTubes. They are on the YouTubes, and they are fantastic. But we actually wrapped up before that. We wrapped up NFL Masketology, and so we need to announce our champion. The results are in, and you know what? I'm going to give it to you there, Agman, to make the announcement, because let me say a couple things. Number one, Andrew is our graphics guy for all that stuff. Yeah, this guy right over there we go. It's tough to do. Anyway, he's the one who built all our graphics for Masketology, both for football and hockey, and they're incredible graphics. Anyway, so yeah, dude, it's your go. Yeah, who won this thing? Tell us about it.
So just as a refresher, if we haven't talked about it in a while, because it feels like it's been forever, at least for me, we had Toro from the Houston Texans going up against clearly my favorite, if you know anything about me or if you can deduce anything here, Victor the Viking of the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it was a heck of a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be. We thought it was gonna be a landslide for Victor. It was really, really, really close, because I know we talked up Victor last week. We're like, vote for him, vote for him, vote for him. I was convinced for like the first 12 hours of the polls being live that all our viewers were like, nah, screw these guys, we're doing the opposite.
Yeah, when I voted,
like, oh my God, what's gonna happen?
This
is gonna be bad.
When I voted, I think I was the first one to not vote for Toro. Like,
oh yeah, it was nuts. It was
like,
close all the way to the end.
There's a vendetta out there, dude.
It was weird. I think Dan just got into the zeitgeist of everybody, and just like he got him voting, and it was weird. But you know what? Why don't you pull up the graphic as I'm talking about this? But our winner, with a close margin of 57% of the vote, went to Victor the Viking. He pulled it through last second, quite literally the last second of the votes.
Yes.
He pulled it off, and he is our Masketology champion for NFL.
That is fantastic.
It was quite literally by the last hair of his mustache,
dude.
And he won.
Yeah, 57%. That's pretty darn close. That is.
He was
close.
1 vote away from a tie and 2 from losing. He won barely.
Dan says the fix is in. Everybody thought Toro was going to win.
I didn't asterisk.
Yeah. Well, Andrew is a Vikings
I can
fan.
post the results if you want, Dan. I have the results. I can post the numbers if you want the recount.
Of course, it's got to be an asterisk.
Social media don't lie.
But it is. It's real. It's out there, and I can vouch for it. Victor actually pulled it out. We'll just leave it at that. But he did win legitimately via legitimate votes. Not any cheating whatsoever. Anyway, but so yes, and that is one sweet graphic, by the way. Bully, did you get to see any of the Masketology stuff?
I saw that. You know what is the NHL Masketology is really what caught my eye. I love the talk you guys are doing with the NHL, because I'm tuned into that. And watching my Bruins pull one off the other night was beautiful.
Yes.
But that was a lot of fun too. And Victor the Viking, from a Vikings fan, can I just make the sign of a freaking asterisk?
You know what? I've already been called the cheater on fantasy football. I might as well just take it right now. Sure. I'll wear it as a crown on my cowboy hat. We'll take it. I'll cut out an asterisk and just paste it right here, and I'll say, like, I'm the asterisk man. We'll take it. We'll see what happens. I'm going to embrace that.
Don't get in now.
I'm going to embrace it, because you know what? I'm only going to get dogged on in the season when fantasy comes around and I inevitably get the first overall pick again. So, we're going to just take it.
Yeah.
I'm embracing that at this point.
You gotta love it. Anyway, I've been invaded by Bailey. I've been invaded by a kid.
Bailey B.
Neither of them has asked me for money, though, which is weird. Anyway, yeah, there are your picks going on and whatnot. Sorry we're not announcing them, but I really, really want to get to this next one. If you watched our last hockey show, which was just on Tuesday, Tuesday. Anyway,
Check Tuesday.
Yeah, if he's
announcing a pick tonight, I'm pretty sure, brother.
He is. Sketch is out there announcing a pick. But if you watched, we put some stuff on the screen about Sportniks, a Facebook, Instagram account, does caricatures for for sports. I mean, all sorts of things. I was even looking at it today. I saw a lacrosse one out there. I saw all sorts of things. And we're talking not just like professional ones, like for the professional athletes, but like if you want to get one done of your kid, this guy does them. And I put up his, like a video. I put up a video of just a very small sample of what he does. And then this, now, I don't know, Dave. I don't know if Dave worked something out in the background ahead of time or this guy did this out of the goodness of his heart. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm going to reveal another little video here to give you an idea of some of the caricatures that this guy can do. And I think you'll recognize some of this. And mind you, he doesn't just create the cartoon, if you will. He leaves it blank as well. He puts a blank one out there. So literally you can print these out and your kids can color them. You can color them if you want to. But yeah, let me pull this over because if you notice, that dude has a Duct Tape Dynasty helmet on, man. Are you kidding me? I was gonna say,
it looks a little familiar.
Look at how stupid the smile on my face is. It's not a stupid smile, it's a legitimate smile, but like this is so cool.
It's awesome.
This is so cool. And I know I should be looking at the camera, but I'm just staring at the screen because even though I've gotten to see him all day, and check it out, I'm just still, I can't, it's so cool, man. So first of all, Sportniks, dude, what you do is amazing. Keep up the great work. I see him in the comments, and I'm calling him Sportniks because I want you guys to know the name. Yes, his name is, well, let's see. He said his name. Dave knows his name. I can't say your name again, brother. What is your name? I should know it. That's so bad on me. Kevin. There we go. Kevin. So Kevin is Sportniks, but Sportniks is the account. And actually, let me fade to our next slide because this one, I went ahead and created a QR code for his Facebook. So if you just do a screenshot right here of the screen, that QR code, if you go back to your photos after you do the screenshot, just hold your thumb on that QR code. It'll pull up his Facebook right there. You can literally have ones made of your kids. You can contact this guy, contact Kevin, tell him you saw it on the show. I mean, just send the guy props, if anything, because how freaking cool is this? And especially for those of you who have kids in sports and stuff, I mean, that's neat, man. Like I'm gonna print this little guy out and get it framed, and I'm putting it up in here, dude. This thing, Bully, what do you think of this little guy?
I love the graphic. I mean, it really does say what we're doing. He's coming right at you, full stride. The stride is what I noticed more than anything. The graphic is terrific. And I like the duct tape helmets, and I would like to see this show go further so you could put a duct tape team together because
yeah. Sorry, brother. Sorry. That just excited me so much, man. Yes. Wouldn't that be cool? We do have duct tape jerseys. We have hockey jerseys out there. We're working on potentially doing some more stuff. It's not merch. We don't sell stuff. We're not in this making money. But we do have, by the way, if Love Law Will sees this, I sent you a message. Cool. Love Law Will actually asked, he wants one of our hockey jerseys. And yeah, anybody can have one of our hockey jerseys. You're going to pay for it. But I mean, we're not making money on it. Like I'll just,
and I'm going to tell you something too, is you guys really, the color scheme, everything else is great. It's a way to advertise as well. And if Will wants to put money forth for let him do it because Will's got the money and it's a sick fucking thing that he's following. So I love it.
Yeah. So, awesome stuff. But yeah,
I'm making $1 over it, duct tape. Don't get me wrong. But it is for you guys to enjoy with us. Enjoy the show with us.
Absolutely. And yeah, by the way, if you do order a jersey, I may have some stickers that I'll throw in there as well. No extra charge. But
they're pretty cool stickers too. I can vouch for that.
I've got like reflective. Bully, you've got some. Anyway, but I just realized this. Sportniks Kevin Lynch from Lynn, Massachusetts. He's out from your neck of the woods, bro. How about that, bully? Yeah. Jersey.
Good.
Yeah, I need a goalie cut. Oh, nice. Yeah, well, Kevin, I wear a goalie cut because I am a large individual. Anyway, but yeah, dude, Kevin, thank you, by the way. Thank you. Number one, incredible what you do. Like, I want to get more of these. Like, I mean,
they're so
like,
cool.
I want to, okay, I played baseball professionally, and I do that in air quotes because I played professionally over in England. And, oh man, it would be so cool to have one of these, a little baseball guy. Oh man, that'd be cool. Anyway, but, I don't think I have any pictures anywhere of baseball stuff. I got the baseball bat back on the wall, but back with Darth and all that. You guys can't see it on the phone, but they can on the TV. Anyway, hey, sorry guys. Sorry we've been ignoring the comments. I had to shout that out about Kevin. Give him love. Go to his Facebook page, share his stuff. And again, thank you, Kevin. That is, dude, so cool. So incredibly cool. So yeah. What's been going on in the draft, boys, while I've been blabbing? It looks like we got Tiki Barber up there. Is that Tiki or is that Rondé? He's Tiki. That's Tiki up there making the pick for, right?
Is he in the Hall of Fame? Can I just interrupt this segment? Is he in the Hall? Because Rondé made the Hall of Fame. And when I think the Tiki Barber, Rondé Barber era, Tiki was the better player.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, Andrew's on it. Statman's on it. But anyway, so the Giants have picked up Tyler Nubbin. It's probably Nubin or something, but I'm saying Nubbin from Minnesota. He's a safety. Awesome. Man, I think our graphics are cool, and then I look at what they got going on, and NFL's got some pretty good people working for him. So anyway, gosh, let's see if I've missed any comments out there. Dave, hey, what's up, brother? What's up? Dan's out there, the Colonel in the comments. By the way, Dan will be in studio less than a week. So we're talking 6 days from today. El Danarino will be in studio, the Colonel in the comments. Got to figure out what the heck we're doing, but we'll figure something out. So
I did not find Tiki Barber in the Hall of Fame. It said he was a semifinalist this last year, but that is as far as he's gotten so far.
Really?
So longevity goes a long way in the NFL because Rondé Barber is a Hall of Famer, correct?
I believe so, yes.
All right.
Sorry, a comment just came across. We have a few commenters such as the infamous Gil the Goat, but we also have Dan, who is a rather I don't want to say obnoxious, but he's hilarious as well. Anyway, he said, I feel like the Falcons would be wise to take a QB in the second round.
I wouldn't be shocked if they did.
I know exactly who it is.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually cover that a little bit later, but I want to first cover some of the draft picks from day one of our teams, right? So some of the, day one's the one, that's the big one. That's where you get all the wow factor, right? So let's start off with actually Dan's team. Since Dan is the Colonel in the comments making wise guy comments, let's just bring this over. Here's the draft strategy for the Denver Broncos. And as you can see, they hit the upgrade button on Russell Wilson, and then Zach Wilson showed up and fried the motherboard. So
he's not even keeping the same number so they can recycle the jerseys.
Oh, I know, man. I know.
Ruining it.
I know. And actually, look at that sweet uniform Zach's wearing, huh? Is that a sick uniform? We will talk about that later. That is reserved for commercial break. But no, actually, Denver did make an upgrade last night. They did. So, yes, they did the Zach Wilson thing, but then they went out and picked up old Bo Nix. Old Bo Nix out of many places, but Oregon most recently. What do you think of that one, Bully? You like that pick for Denver? I mean, they had to go quarterback, right?
Yeah, I think I like Bo for Denver better than McCarthy. I think with McCarthy going to Minnesota, that's the best fit for him. It gives him an opportunity to play football. we're looking at a talent similar to Jake Locker with McCarthy, to get off topic. But I like Bo going in. I would have loved to have seen him in New England. And let's find out, is he a college quarterback or is he capable of playing at the next level with the Denver Broncos? Great football city, great football community. And Bo was someone I had my eye on going into the draft. Football name, great player at Oregon, and I'm excited to see what he does this year. Certainly in Denver.
Is he a big body quarterback or is he more of a fast guy, Andrew?
I think he's a little bit of both. Obviously, being in that Oregon offense that moves so quickly, you kind of have to be a fast body quarterback. But I think he's a big body because I don't know how tall he is or anything, but I know he's on the bigger side.
I mean, he doesn't
so
look
he definitely
small
is a
in the
bit
picture.
of both.
And once again, just to throw another shout out. And by the way, we will at the end of the show have the links to our Instagrams and all of our stuff, which includes Andrew's link to his Instagram. These graphics are all created by Andrew as well. So man, nice work here. I dig that.
Thank you. It was fun to do. I loved it.
Yeah. So, and then speaking of big men, Joe Alt came off the board at number 5 to the Chargers. I was pretty ticked off about it. Granted, nothing against Joe Alt. It's actually a great pick. But when you dump 3 offensive massive weapons in the offseason and you're the number 5 pick in the flipping draft, you pick an offensive weapon, bro. The problem wasn't protection. It was, excuse me. The problem isn't protection. You can protect him all day if there's nobody to throw to. I mean, you're going to have to. So I guess good thing we got Joe Alt, but I think we made up for it a little bit today. Bully, I see you throwing your hand up down there, so we're coming to you first. I know you're a fan of this Joe Alt guy, and again, I have nothing against him. He's from Notre Dame, so he's got to be a bit of a brainiac, which is a good thing out there on the line. People don't appreciate that enough. He's ginormous. And he's protecting my boy Justin Herbert, so I'm not upset about that. I just really would have rather had an offensive weapon right off the bat. Round 1. Go, Bully.
All right, so the minute he stood up, I said, I want that guy on my team. The man is 6'9", 322 pounds. Now, we're in New England. We need a quarterback. So we took Drake May. The second Alt stood up, I'm sitting here wishing Max was half fucking panned out. I'm sorry. But the minute that guy stood up, I said, that's the best offensive tackle I have seen drafted in the last 5 or 6 years in the first round. And we're getting Jonathan Ogden comparisons from people in New England. A lot of people saw Alt stand up and say, all right, that's a mountain of a freaking man. You've got a football player in Alt.
It's not a bad pick.
I think he does change the culture for the Chargers. Having a guy like that in the locker room with that size, he's poised, one of those guys that probably responds to coaching. People are going to gravitate towards that kid, and you could see a culture change with their Chargers. He's the best lineman I have seen drafted in the first round in 5 or 6 years, easily.
And actually,
just by the way he stood up.
Speaking of Chargers linemen, I do want to throw a shout out to Darth Charger right over my shoulder here. I know you guys on the phone can't see him, but I sent you a picture of him earlier. Darth Charger is wearing a Russell Okung Chargers jersey. Russell Okung and I sat next to each other on an airplane once upon a time. We got to talking. I was in uniform, and he had a cousin that was about to join the military, so he started asking me questions. Long story short, we became friends. He ends up on the Chargers, so he signed that jersey. That is a game-worn Russell Okung jersey. And what's hilarious is that is a half-size Darth Vader back there. Half-size, half-life size. That jersey fits that Darth Vader better than it fits me. And that was on some 6'10", 400-pound lineman, dude. I don't know how those guys get in those jerseys. These giant people like Joe Alt, I don't know how they do it, man. If I tried to put that on, I mean, we'd have Chris Farley, a fat guy in a little coat.
You're going to love this kid. You're going to love this kid. I'm telling you that right now out in San Diego. You are going to love Joe Alt. And it's what you've got a franchise quarterback already. We don't have that in New England. You've got Keenan Allen still. You've got other weapons. They went second round for wideout, I'm pretty sure. Am I correct? They jumped
They
in.
did. Yep.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing, and I've got to correct you because it's something that is a little, sensitive to me. And it's the fact that you said San Diego. Last time we took a person from Notre Dame and we were in San Diego, his girlfriend didn't show up with him. It was a tragedy. Anyway, but hopefully this guy goes to LA and not San Diego because the Chargers have moved. But no, sorry. I know that was a long way to make the Manti Te'o joke. I had to. I was just trying to find a way to make a Manti Te'o joke, and that's the best I came up with, boys. I'm sorry about it, but we got there. Manti Te'o. All right, heck with that. Enough of the Chargers and girlfriends that don't show up. How about one that does show up? How about J.J. McCarthy headed to the Vikings? Andrew and I were on the phone from pick 5, which was the Joe Alt pick.
Chargers.
And of course I was thrilled about it. And we stayed on the phone throughout until JJ McCarthy, because I said, there is no way he lasts. There is absolutely no way he makes it to 11. And he didn't. He made it to 10 because the Vikings traded up and got him at 10 because, I don't know, somebody must have been working a trade with the Jets. That's the only reason.
Someone was working something. I don't know what was going on. The Jets, they had to have been getting multiple phone calls. Even with that, I think McCarthy would have stayed. Unless, of course, a trade went through. Like, if just in the hypothetical, the Jets said, no, we're not trading, he still would have been there at 11. But I'm so happy we got our guy. I think he's going to be great. He has a fantastic, one of the best supporting casts a quarterback could have as a rookie. He has Justin Jefferson, arguably one of the best receivers in the league right now. He has a great receiver, too, in Jordan Addison. Fantastic tight end in TJ Hawkinson. Granted, he's got a little beat up at the end of last season, but he's coming back. He'll be healthy. Aaron Jones in the backfield. And two of the best tackle teams, one of the best tackle teams in the league, with Christian Darrisaw on the left and Brian O'Neill on the right. This kid is set up for success, and I think it's going to be awesome. He's going to make it through, and I think he's going to thrive, especially with Kevin O'Connell as his head coach, who's a former quarterback himself, so he gets it. This was a heck of a pick. I think we nailed it. We went up one pick to get it. Okay, not that big a deal. But that also was a blockbuster thing because that was the 5th quarterback taken in the first 10 picks. And there was 6 quarterbacks taken in the top 12 because of Bo Nix earlier. Yeah, Bully, what's up?
I'm not contradicting you at all because I'm going to tell you right now, J.J. McCarthy is who they wanted in this draft with that pick. And I think you're completely right. Year one coming in, he's got the best situation as a quarterback outside of maybe Caleb with Chicago.
Maybe Caleb.
And he's going to be a front runner, I would think, if things go the way they should, for Rookie of the Year.
I would love that. And I heard comparisons today. Obviously, in the mornings before I got to school this morning, I was looking at all of the sports pages, all of that stuff. A lot of people, even last night, were comparing not necessarily the way they play football, but they were comparing J.J. McCarthy to C.J. Stroud from last year because it was more of the what we don't know going into the season, but the upside of what they don't know. C.J. Stroud went second last year. We didn't know much about him, and he blew our socks off and won Rookie of the Year without question. A lot of people think J.J. McCarthy could do that too because there's a couple things they're not sure of. Because granted, when Michigan played, I forgot who it was, they ran it 32 times in a row, and he didn't throw the ball. So everyone's like, oh, that's a big deal. That's going to be bad. But, hey, he's got a great situation and great support around him. So I think it's going to be awesome this year.
I think he comes out of the gates hot, too. I do. And I think Stroud has a little more to him than McCarthy did.
True.
I think McCarthy has that. He's 6'2", 223. The kid's built like a house. He's got athleticism. He's capable of throwing the ball, moving outside of the pocket and making passes. He looked great in college. He's got the right group of guys around him. Now he has to get it done with Minnesota in the pocket to be effective. He's inheriting the best situation out of any first-round quarterback, I think, outside of Caleb, with Chicago, who does have guys in place to throw the ball to. I think the Vikings are a playoff team 2 years ago. They brought a similar team in this year. It didn't work out. McCarthy's inheriting the best situation. The ball's in his court, and now it's up to him. He's got to make things happen. He's got to make things happen with Minnesota. And if he does, which he's done in college, probably his entire life, and go out there and play his game, he can be successful.
Dan, I like your comment that you just said. That was awesome. And that just made me think this is the best, even the better pick.
Yeah.
Because he said another notable 10th overall pick, Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't realize he was 10th, but I mean, I don't want to start comparing JJ to Patrick yet, but hopefully it works out, man.
That.
Hopefully it works out. Oh yeah, great comment. I agree. And Kevin, hang on. Well, hey, let's talk about the next one. Sorry about that. Sorry. The next one, Dallas Turner. You guys traded back up, right? You traded back up,
did.
Or was that one?
We traded back up. We had the 23rd pick through a trade with Houston earlier. At least I think it was the Houston trade to send half of our defense there and essentially just do a defense swap because we did. But we traded up from 23rd to 17, and we got the third defensive person taken in the draft of the night. We had two defensive men take a defensive, I think, linemen taken or linebackers before this guy. This guy played J.J. McCarthy in the college football playoff in the Rose Bowl, sacked McCarthy in the Rose Bowl, was just an absolute play wrecker for Michigan when he was with Bama. But now they're teammates, and I think we're in a great situation because I saw at least the post-draft interview of Dallas Turner, and he's like, I'm at a loss for words. Granted, I think most of them are, but he said, this is a great setup. I'm ready to play. Let's make something happen. And Minnesota, as much as I just reveled about the offense, they need the defensive help right now. We have some vets that we picked up this year that are really good, but we need some help because we got rid of one of the best edge rushers, outside linebackers, defensive ends, whatever you want to call him, I think, in Vikings history, and that's Danielle Hunter. We got rid of him to the Texans, and I think this guy is a really good young person to fill that spot.
That should be good. Should be good. And then the last one we want to talk about is your boy there, Bully. You got yourself a new quarterback, and I know you mentioned it before, but old Drake May headed your way. Pick number 3. What do you think about that?
Well, he's 6'4", 235 coming into the draft. And that's all I think about it right now.
Okay, fair enough.
I like the pick. We need a quarterback. So we're going to move with him as the future in New England. He's got the size. You know what I mean? It might be one of those picks where we're on his side. We're going to see how it goes with coaching and everything else. I don't think Drake's thrilled to be here, but it's a good situation coming from a great franchise with what's considered to be good ownership right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And this is a story that could unfold. So if Drake May comes into New England and takes us in the next 3-4 years to the playoffs, inheriting this situation with the defense, we just grabbed a wideout from Washington, very familiar territory to go in, grab a quarterback, then get him a weapon. It could be big things coming from the Pats this year in a division that's starting to open up.
Kevin says it's May Day in New England. I like it. That's a good comment.
That's good.
That's good. By the way, Kevin, I did answer you. I was a quarterback. I was a quarterback as a baseball player. No, I was a catcher as a baseball player. Anyway, all right, guys, I have to use a facility, so you guys are going to talk while I do that, and I'm going to fade over the draft day 1 results. You guys can kind of talk amongst yourself. I'm sure one of them you might want to talk about is the fact that at number 8, well, save that for me. I want to talk Michael Penix Jr. and what they're doing there.
We're going to start talking about it, but we'll definitely come back to
it. All right, I'll be right back.
We should hold off. Let's let him come back.
Yep, we'll hold off. I have another point that I want to make with you, Bully, just to see what you think. And Josh said it earlier, your division, AFC East, is opening up. I think it is, because the Buffalo Bills this offseason sent their best receiver out of town. He's now in Houston. Josh Allen has nobody to throw to besides Dalton Kincaid. And they, again, this shocked me last night. They had the 28th pick. They traded it to their arch rival right now in Kansas City.
Are you trying to tell me, though? Are you trying to tell me that Buffalo is not the Chiefs and they can't go out there and get it done without weapons with Allen?
I'm saying that Buffalo, I mean, I don't think they're going to fall off completely because they don't have a receiver. I'm just baffled that they didn't pick up one in the first round. They traded out twice of the first round. They traded down to 32 and then traded away out of the first round to the first pick of the second. So they traded one pick less with Carolina. They did pick up a receiver this afternoon with that pick, but I'm just shocked that they traded with Kansas City, and then Kansas City went and got Xavier Worthy, because the last time Buffalo traded with Kansas City, they went and got Mahomes, and we know how that history played out. I think it's still going to be interesting, though.
I'm going to say this right now. They're loading up with weapons. They're a Super Bowl team. They brought in better players this year.
That is true.
They've also brought in more names to Kansas City.
That's true.
I think the AFC is now more open, bringing in those guys. It's Kansas City should get through the AFC East, and they will, and they should win the Super Bowl, and they will, because Andy Reid knows how to coach those guys.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But I think what Buffalo is doing is, let's take a step back. They're running with Allen, correct?
Right. They're sticking with Allen, which I think is the smart choice.
I want to leave Buffalo and come to New England right now.
Oh, yeah. I don't think anyone would be disappointed if Josh Allen said, I want to go somewhere else. They'd all be like, yes, please, because he's a great quarterback.
I think they have one of the best fan bases. I look at the Eagles. We have a good fan base here in New England. Losing season, we have a great fan base here in New England. The Packers. Bills Mafia is as good a fan base as any.
Oh, they're so fun to watch.
Unbelievable.
So fun.
Unbelievable.
All right, looking at the comments while Josh is away, I see Kevin said he has a coworker from Buffalo who's despondent over the first round. The trade sat heavy with them. Which, yeah, I think a lot of Buffalo fans were shocked that they traded out of the first round because of the fact that Kansas City went and got Xavier Worthy, the fastest person to ever run the 40-yard dash in the draft. Because I know that Kansas City, not that they've been hurting because they've won Super Bowls since then, but they're still trying to replace Tyreek Hill. And they did get a fast dude to do it, so.
I think Xavier Worthy's a Texas guy. I'm throwing the hook him up.
That's true.
I think he fits the Chiefs' system better than he fits Buffalo's.
That is true. I agree with that, though, too.
I think what Buffalo is looking for is another tight end at some point. I think that gets them over the hump. And then another receiver that can box out, play with his hands, and catch balls. You know what I mean?
Yep. So, Josh, welcome back. We were just talking about the Buffalo Bills trading the 28th pick to the Chiefs and then again trading out of the first round by giving the 32nd pick, last pick of the night, to the Carolina Panthers. Granted, they did pick up a receiver, which they desperately needed at 33 this afternoon with the first pick of day 2. But we were just talking about our thoughts of them trading out of round 1 and what they're trying to do there.
Oh, boy, that's one I haven't given any thought to. Because all I want to talk about is Michael Penix Jr. That's all.
Which
I
is
want to talk
completely
about.
fair. We can, because that's the one that I think shocked the most people.
What
Otherwise,
is
I think
going
round
on?
1 was fairly, I don't know. I think round 1 was fairly predictable, fairly safe, except for that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this, the whole Penix thing, I'm taking over. He was rated the number 24 guy on the board, correct? By Mel Kiper, who's usually pretty right about these guys.
Yeah.
And you're going to go in there and tell everyone you're taking the best player on the board. The kid's a football player, no questions asked.
He is.
No questions asked. We got a lefty quarterback in Minnesota. All right. Spencer Rattler's sitting there in the second round. I don't know if he was picked yet. And you're going to come thrill everyone, Penix. Now, I like Penix to sit on the bench for a couple of years and become a ball player behind a guy like Cousins, a la, and I'll say it again, a la Steve Young. Lefty quarterback, similar intangibles, straight line speed, gritty, drives the ball in. And this guy's going to put together some years until he's figured out. He's today's quarterback in the NFL. The Jalen Hurts. I don't want to throw the name Lamar Jackson as elusive as Lamar is, but he's got that straight line speed, that toughness, that grittiness, and I think that was the direction Atlanta went with Penix, because Harrison wasn't on the board, and they could not make a move to get into the 3 or 4 pick to get their guy, who was probably Harrison Jr.
I mean, that's fair. That's some actual sound analysis. I'm still dumbfounded because of the fact that you just paid Kirk how much money?
I think over $100 million on a 4-year deal.
It was like 4 years, either 100 or 180 million. One of those. I think it was
something ridiculously high.
If anybody knows what that, or if anybody can look it up, or Andrew, if you can, what Kirk's new contract was or is, because they paid him for 4 years. Okay, so Penix comes in on a rookie deal, right? Rookie deals
4 years, 180 million.
180. So Penix comes in. He's going to be on his rookie deal for 4 years, right? Because the move now is you get the quarterback or the receiver or the whatever, but you got to use them while they're cheap, because you've got to go out and pay to get all the pieces around them. Well, they just paid Kirk, and so now they go out and get this quarterback. He's going to be cheap for 4 years, and then Kirk's going to leave, and then they're going to have to pay this kid. It's like they're not
going to pick up the 5th-year option.
They're not going to get any use out of him before they have to pay him. His cheap factor is not going to be there. It just, I don't understand it whatsoever. Geez, yeah. There's so many things that I don't get about it. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah. By the way, thank you. By the way, for I tell you what, Kevin,
you are lighting up the comments, and we appreciate.
This is
all
awesome.
of it.
Dude, you got to come back like every week because this is awesome. Okay, so from our perspective, when we do these shows, yes, we have an absolute blast doing this part of it and doing all the talking and even the stuff before it, the building the graphics. Andrew and I just geek out about that. We're dorks. But
yeah.
During the show, what makes it a ton of fun for us, in addition to just doing it, is when the comment section is just rolling, and especially when there's funny comments in there, and when it's kind of lit up and going. That just makes it so much fun for us. We get giggly, and so we sincerely appreciate all the comments. And hey, if you got any more people that like to comment like you do, brother, share this thing. Send it to them. Send it to them. So on the next commercial break, I want to go over. We'll just say it's a little bit of a surprise, unless you already told them what it's going to be, or if I already blew that.
We did not.
I don't remember if I did.
I don't think you did. I think we're safe.
So the Browns, with their now shiny helmet and white face mask, picked. Well, now it came off my screen. Who'd they just pick?
Michael Hall Jr., a defensive tackle out of Ohio State.
All right.
I know nothing about this kid.
This is why we do round 2, because by this point, nobody knows who these guys are. No disrespect to them. They're tremendous athletes, way better than any of us will ever be or could have ever been. But, it is what it is. Day 2 is just not as riveting as day 1. And so that's why it makes it great for little shows like us. Anyway, boys, what do we think? What else do we need to talk about, or anything that you guys want to cover or hit? Bully, go.
Go out, have a nice Friday night for yourselves, gentlemen. You know, the kids are out, the wife's at home. Take her out for a late night dinner date. A late night dinner date. You might know a spot. Do something like that. Little romance with the whole factor. Andrew, my advice to you is stay tuned. And then go have yourself a nice little time, too. Maybe catch a band or something. Do something fun. I need you guys to enjoy yourselves because it's the NFL draft. It's not the most wonderful time of the year yet, but we're getting close to that.
We're getting there. This is the beginning of what should be the most wonderful time of the year, which is football season.
I mean, agree.
This is the official kickoff of the 2024 season, right? I mean, the draft is the first event. And
right around the corner, I think in maybe a week and a half, schedule release should be happening. I've already seen the ad saying coming in May.
Release. Excited.
That's going to be a fun show.
One thing, yes, we're going to hopefully, last year it didn't work out, and it sucked that it didn't work out. I think this year, boys, we got a little bit of momentum going, and we're in the off season. Now, imagine what happens in the season. We might be able to pull off this tailgate podcast, this tailgate takeover this year.
Oh, that would be so
fun. And actually go to a tailgate, and our plan is to podcast from a tailgate. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like yet. We've imagined things as simple as getting a rider truck.
Want to come to New England or no? Because I can find you a tailgate today with season ticket holders today.
The only problem is getting everybody there because the majority of our folks are Denver, Montana, Oklahoma, so central to western United States. Although I want to come there.
We're the Seth out here in New England, the doctor, whatever. All right.
No, we're just going to fly you out. That's what's going to happen, Bully. That's how it's going to work. That's the way it's going to work. But
we should just strap a GoPro to Bully and live stream as he goes into a Pats game.
Well, here we go.
Watch him, 'cause it's a fucking blast.
Bully, I'm going to say
mic'd up at a Patriots game. I don't know if you could handle me.
Bully, I'm going to say this comment is for you. It says, "Smash a table at the tailgate." So that one's for you, Bully.
Should we find a neutral site that we can just start bully bombing people through tables?
Bully bombing. I love it. That's fantastic,
dude. Put bombs through a table. The winner gets fouled.
Oh, I love it. All right. Oh, man. I need a commercial break so we can get to our next thing that I want to get to, which is something kind of cool. We're at 51 minutes, so we're doing pretty good. Oh boy, Jerry Jones is on the clock. Look at him go. He's not in his yacht this year. Who will he pick? Boy, does he.
I hope they pick a running back, because if they have Deuce Vaughn as their starter, they're sending that kid out to die. He's like 5'3". He's gonna die.
You know what though? If Deuce can find the space, that kid can freaking run.
That's the thing.
That's
Nobody
true.
will see him until he's through the line. Nobody will see him.
With 5'7", 5'6" backs. His father actually was on the phone with him when he got drafted. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was the one that called him.
Yeah, that was so awesome.
Stories in the draft last year. Yes.
Yeah, that was so cool. I remember that. That was great. That was a great one. Bully bombs. I love it.
There was a theory that the Colts were going to try and make a move to get Marvin Harrison Jr. and try and do the same thing this year like the Cowboys did, because Marvin Harrison is still a part of the Colts organization. So they were going to try that, but I didn't see that happening as much. Like, he was too big of a high demand, and Arizona needed something. And, I mean, so did LA, but unfortunately Arizona was like, we're not moving.
Please don't refer to us as LA. Just refer to us as the Chargers.
The Chargers.
San Diego.
There you go. Or San Diego. Yeah, so... All right, Dallas. After this pick, we're going to get to our next item, okay? Regardless. How's that sound?
Also, the Rams had a first-round pick for the first time in, 8 years last night.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They sold all their picks to win the Super Bowl. So now it's finally coming back around? That's interesting.
I think so, because the last first-round pick the Rams had, I saw it, they said it several times last night, was Jared Goff.
Hey, Dan, are you
Was
still
the last first round pick they had.
Well, he was out on stage last night. Dan, are you still in the
He
comments out there? If you're in the comments, throw something out there because this next segment I want to make sure you're around for. So you and all Denver fans. So let me know if you're still out there, Dano. I hope you are. It says there's 9 watching. So we're doing pretty good. That's pretty solid for us. 9. If we ever hit double digits, it's like we start geeking out around here. Anyway, giving us Dan's there. He's waving. All right, once the Cowboys pick happens, we're going to move on to the next segment, which is going to be Denver. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
All right. So Jerry's on the phone with somebody. You know, they picked some.
Is it the Cowboys?
It's the Cowboys. Yeah,
Yep.
It's. Come
Is
on.
it their year? Donnie's saying it's not their year this year, guys. Donnie Lawrence, if you follow my TikToks, every year, text me, my buddy Luke, it's the Cowboys year. This is the first year he's told me it is not the Cowboys year. This is interesting stuff. Developing news from New England.
All right. Is Dunny a diehard Dallas fan? It's a lot of.
No, not at all. He's a villain. The kid's a villain. He's just-
Okay. He
he's
definitely he does play the part of a villain, doesn't he?
Yes, he enjoys it. He relishes it.
That's fantastic. Is he still running every day? How many days is he up to now?
Oh, shit, about 319. I'm very happy that he's still doing
Yeah,
it,
I
too.
mean, good for him, man. Man, that's awesome. He might join us next year, depending upon if we have an opening.
I like Gil the Goat on the joining.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh, Gil's got
I like Gil the Goat.
yeah, Gil's got dibs. So-
Electric if we bring Gil on the show.
oh my
Or
lord.
into the fold. Electric.
This week, Gil the Goat hot take segment. You know what I mean? And just put a together of Gil being Gil and his dog sitting together. It would be thrilling.
he just needs to send in a clip, and every
What
week.
we are is just 2 kids that need to get a muffin together in our 80s, and that's who me and Gil need to be. We're related in that way. Just 2 cousins getting a fucking muffin and playing a checker game. It would make our happy.
Oh, I love it. Okay, here we go. Come on. Here comes our pick.
Is the pick in?
I don't know. Nobody cares about the Dallas pick. I mean,
You think Jerry Jones was on the phone going, yeah, I need you to go pick up my prescription? Because I don't know what I'm
stop
doing
by
anymore.
Whataburger on the way.
It's open 24 hours.
Come on.
Bully, you're
Put
going to
it
have
up
to repeat
there.
that question.
How is Whataburger?
It's good. It's good.
Better than Culver's.
I don't know. I've never had Culver's.
These are things I need to know: is who has the best fast food cheeseburger.
You know, we have a segment, and in fact, I'm thinking about doing the segment when Dan is here, a fast food draft. Andrew beats
Of
me
which
every year.
Josh
at it, so-
lost 3 times
I don't know.
and
if it's
still wants
3.
revenge.
Yeah,
Let me know
It was
if you're
2
gonna
for
do
sure.
that fast food draft. I'd like to play along with this segment.
yeah. It's
Let's do it.
it's a good one. I mean, it's a good little. Yeah, I mean, it's just we just do a draft, but you know, you have to pick from each category, and then you've got a wild card that you can pick. It's pretty cool. So yeah, let's plan on doing that. You better start doing your fast food trivia, buddy. Anyway, it'll be a good one. Because I was going to say we'll do the GM shuffle, but as Wally pointed out way earlier in the show, Pick'em is going to be a nightmare next year because every
good
team
God, yeah.
is. We don't know what they are anymore because when free agency happened, everybody moved. I mean, it was crazy. It's just no team looks the same now. And we don't know what each team is going to be. I mean, our stats are going to be
Except Dallas.
terrible. Well, yeah, but I mean, they were okay last year, but they always blow it. Because, okay, so Marshawn Nealand from Western Michigan. Outstanding. All right, there you go. Folks, Marshawn Nealand. Yay. Here, let's do this. All right. That was for Marshawn. Great job. All right, moving on. Let's check out Denver Broncos' new uniforms, folks. New uniforms have come out for the Denver Broncos. And look, I'm a Charger fan, so I have it out for the Denver Broncos to begin with. Actually, I don't really. My stepdad, diehard Denver Broncos fan, so I lived with my mom primarily growing up. And so I watched a lot of Denver games. I grew up in Montana, that's what was on. And so I don't hate Denver, but they are still, they're a rival because they're in the division with the Chargers. That being said, I think their uniforms that they came out with, which I was excited for the rebrand, are a fail. I mean, just an absolute fail. So, boys, the one I've called up first is what's called their Summit White uniform. It's white jersey, orange pants with their blue helmet it's a flat helmet, which I'm okay with that. But they did the stripe, they have like a mullet stripe on it now. I don't understand it. Bully, what'd you think of that thing? What?
All right, so in the AFC, the Broncos are submitted to the Chargers.
They're what?
And in the jersey, they've got a lightning bolt-like figure. And I think Denver is... Now, I want to say, and with all my heart, I want to root for you, Bo, but unfortunately, that's not the case. And I want to say last time the Broncos did this, they went out in 97 and won a Super Bowl when they made a huge jersey change. Unfortunately, the Broncos are drafting a rookie quarterback this year, Bo Nix. Bo and Bo. I love it.
Yep.
And, I don't hate the uniform change, but I haven't. It isn't something that I'm looking at that's saying they've really changed things. And those lightning bolts on the side are concerning. And that the Chargers are ready to make a move.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah. The Chargers are taking over the Broncos. Anyway, Andrew, what's your personal opinion on the white here? We've got actually now Dan, who is a Denver fan, has said, "Can we please not look at these uniforms?" No problem, Dano. We've got 3 more versions of Denver uniforms to look at. So, anyway, Andrew, what do you think of their Summit White? What do you think?
Okay, looking at these. This is the best one of the new 3.
Ooh.
We have one that I like more than this. This is the better one of them. I will give this point. Yes, Bully, you brought up the lightning bolt, and now I can't unsee it. But going before that, I do like that they incorporated the fact that it's a mountain on their uniforms somewhere. I do like that. It's supposed to be. It's more evident on the blue uniforms because it looks better there. But I do like that they incorporated that factor. But the jersey itself looks plain. Usually I think simple is effective. This is simple to the point of boring.
Yep.
The helmet, I don't mind a matte helmet. I think they're cool. Minnesota, I think, pulls one off really well. There's other teams that pull one off really well. What gets me the most about this helmet and about the helmets, even the one that they introduced in 97 that they had up until this year, why are the stripes turning into a receding hairline? It started as 3 in the back on the last one, went to a point in the front, and then, the other 2 faded away. That's what I was used to. That's the Denver I knew, obviously. This one, it doesn't even make it halfway to the top.
Just shave it off,
It looks like a mullet. It looks like a mullet. Just pull the sticker off and it's better. Or, get this, put the stripe you had on the last helmet on this one and it makes it that much better.
It would be actually
I think one little stripe adjustment, if they wouldn't have changed the helmet stripe, just matte from gloss, that would still be fine. I would like these much better if the helmet didn't look so dumb.
I agree.
The helmet ruins most of this for me.
And because
it's like, this is a cool stripe, but it stops. at a third of the helmet.
They're
Like,
changed
just finish the whole thing.
to the colors are stupid. Their orange changed. Everything changed. Bully, what do you think of these things? I think they look amateur. I think they look maybe not
UFL?
maybe
You
not
remember
X or
Jamie
UFL,
Foxx?
but college.
You remember Jamie Foxx and what's his name from the Power
Oh
Trip?
yes,
Yeah.
And you said it looks like an AFL or now it's a USFL type of thing where the design's a little light on the side. Yeah, unfortunately, the color scheme doesn't fix that. Love the graphic someone sent out earlier too in the group chat. But it reminds me of amateur comes to mind when you say that. It does remind me of one of those uniforms that does it belong in the NFL? I love what you're saying.
Yeah. So the next one is their orange one. Now, I personally, I got to organize these. I built these graphics I built. That's why they're so simple and not as cool as Andrew's. Although Andrew did build the little team flash there, the little Bronco emblem. But I ordered these in precedence that I like them. So I went worst first. So we're getting better as we go along. That said, now this orange, you can't tell because there's so much of it, but they actually changed the color of their orange they went more to, it's like a lighter orange. It's not the
It's
old
lighter.
orange that they had. I really liked that orange it wasn't a neon orange, but it was bordering along the lines of it. What do you think of this new orange, Bully? Do you like the new color? What do you think of the orange uniforms? I mean, they're the same as the white.
Throwback version that they're putting out with the white pants.
This is just the all orange. This is the color rush.
I think that's all they have to look forward to. I think that's the only one that I actually like. I remember seeing it. It's the only one I enjoy watching. And unfortunately, that's going to be for probably a Monday night or a 4:30 game trying to get into prime time. The Broncos are relevant. Yeah. The Steelers are another team that have done things with uniforms where I really can't watch the football because the product isn't great on the field. They're winning games.
Yeah.
And the product is great on the field. And they went with the pinstripe prison uniforms, and I'm just watching this like, all right, old gridiron, everything else, steel curtain. Can't get on board with what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop in and jump off of that. Bully, you said prison garb. I'm going to go straight to the comments because that ties perfectly. The last orange they had is the orange in the graphic that was made. That was the orange. Yep. It was kind of a road cone orange. Say that 5 times fast. I bet you can't. Anyway, Dan comes in and says it's less road cone orange and more inmate orange now, and I can't unsee that.
In fact, I can't unsee it. I'm going to go back to the Denver draft image, the one of the computer board frying, because it shows the two. You see the oranges the way they are. The orange was nice before, yes, road cone, but still, that's a good looking orange. And then you see how
good
bland,
as their primary too.
How bland that orange is on Zach Wilson's pants. It's just blah. I don't like it a bit. Anyway, so Andrew, sorry, did we get you on the orange ones? I know I
mentioned the orange change. I didn't break them down much yet. I will say, looking at it, it was very unfortunate because when they released the promo images, obviously they put their best players in those uniforms to highlight them, and they put Alex Singleton, Montana State grad, great NFL player. They put him in there, and it's like you put your best player in a garbage bag. I hate it that you did that to him because, I mean, Denver has such a cool concept. You really could. The mountain, I said it before, and I will stand by it. I like that idea. I think they could have done it better.
Yeah.
I think the helmet just needs the simple fix of the stripe going back to what it was. Not necessarily even a full stripe, even though I would have loved that. The all orange it's kind of like my opinion of the all neon Seahawks. It's a lot to look at. It kind of hurts because there's so much now. And then in also other promo images, they have all of the guys in all of the combos, as many players as they can, standing in a formation. Josh, I know I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And they have the big guys. They have the big guys in this all orange, and it's like, oh, dude, don't do that. That's a disrespect to the big dude. It looks so bad. Like, it's just not good. And I have thought, I mean, I like that they kept the blue the same for the helmet. I have thoughts on that going forward, but we'll get that when we get there.
Okay, I gotta jump over real quick to something in the comments. Steve Lasher is here, which is a dude I was deployed with. Great guy, about to retire, right? Steve, you're about to retire, and is going to be starting something really cool that I'm actually going to talk about on the program. Not tonight. I'm going to talk about it at another night. I'm going to get some more info from him about it, but he's starting a real cool. I don't know if it's going to be a nonprofit or whatever, but you know it's to help vets, you know, PTSD type thing. So Steve Lasher showing up in the comment. Great dude there. Great. And then I see old Dano giving Steve-O a cheers. Dan, do you know Lasher? Do you? Because Dan, by the way, Dan and I were stationed together over in England together. That's how we became friends. And so, but we were never, me, Dan, and Steve were never at the same place, but small Air Force, if Dan knows Steve, and you get it. Anyway, we're back at commercial, so let me get over to the third of the uniforms, which I don't know, man. It's the blue one, boys, with the white helmet. I just feel like they look like a college team again. They just look, I want to keep saying Boise State. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep feeling Boise. Because Boise's got that white helmet with the big old Bronco on the side of it. You know what I'm talking about?
But at least that Bronco is blue.
Yeah, but I don't know. This just, no, what do you know? Nice. Anyway, yeah, I like the helmet. I will say I do like the white helmet with Denver. I like them mixing it up. I do wish they would have gone back to what they did with their last year's snow-capped look and used the old logo, the D with the horse in it. Anyway, I like that one. And if they did that in a matte white like this, I think it'd be filthy. The blue uniform, all these Denver uniforms, same thing. I'm just not overly thrilled with them. I do agree with you, Landon, Andrew, in that.
Wow, that's a first.
Yeah, wow. In that, I like the idea of the mountains on the shoulders. I really actually do. I think it really could have been done better. I even think
this is the best mountain of the three.
Yeah,
I think this is the best because it looks like a snow-capped mountain when it's on a dark color.
It does. It does.
I like the best. This is the best mountain on that, in my opinion. If you don't mind me taking over, you said you like the white helmet. I don't like this one. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the lack of stripe. I don't know. I don't even know if there's the mohawk stripe on the back.
Oh yeah, by the way,
this one. I
Kevin
think it's all
called
white.
it a ponytail.
That's Kevin. You're on point with that mullet, ponytail, anything, any cruddy hairdo related that it fits. But it's just, I don't know. Denver can't, in my opinion, cannot pull off a white helmet to save their lives unless it's with their white uniforms and they do an all white out. We've talked about that before. We had examples of teams do it well with Cleveland last year, who has a primary orange, but it's like, just, with this blue, you need a blue helmet on top of it for it to look half decent.
Yeah.
I do not like this white helmet, and I don't know what it is.
It
looks too simple. It looks too collegey.
I like the idea of
like
an all white, though. I think that would be sweet.
That I like
an ice out.
This white helmet. Yeah, this white helmet on an all blue though, it just looks so out of place.
I think the whole thing's dumb. And Dave says he could have designed way better jerseys and helmets. Absolutely. Which,
yes,
by the way, David, speaking of, let's go into graphics and all that stuff. This little graphic that's right there, the Duct Tape Dynasty logo, and then, of course, on the helmet that's down there. and you see a whole bunch of different logos that we use. Andrew's logo that he uses for his Instagram, all designed by Dave Thermalin there in the comments with an iPhone 6. Literally, dude, with his finger on an iPhone 6 while like pushing his kid, on the swing set. Like he's just man alive. Yeah. So, Bully, what do you think, real quick, about the Denver look with their white helmet, blue jerseys? I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just think it's more of the same, which is just a miss. Everything's a miss. All of this is a miss.
You know what? I think the only thing they did right was take Bo in the first round. They had a horrible loss. And honestly, in my opinion, from what I know and the people I know, the best thing going on is from Denver is Bo's picks coming into the coming year.
Yeah. I'd agree. They're going to look like fools out there. I'm sorry, I don't see it with the Broncos this year. And hey, if they miss with Bo, they got a shot next year in the draft, right? Yeah, boy, boy. That's Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. It's happened before. One more uniform, though, to talk about with Denver, and I know we've been uniforming these guys to death. We'll take a little break from the uniforms after this, but is the one that I do like, which is just their straight up, let's go back to the old days. Let's go back to what, the 70s, Andrew? Was it
1977?
Yeah, so this is a good uniform. This is the one I grew up with. I love this one. This brings me back to my childhood. Like I said, growing up in Montana when Denver played, those were the colors on the TV. Man, I love those uniforms. Those ones are a good one. I wish they would use that as their primary. Anyway, so
or at least that style with the modern colors. It's better than that. I mean, this wouldn't be bad in the navy blue. They tried it with their throwbacks or color rush the last few years. I think that looked okay. This one looks good because it's the classic. It's doing the classic well. A lot of teams went on the throwback train last year. We talked about it like crazy with our buddy Sergio. If you haven't watched that show, I know we've plugged it a million times. Please go back and do so. We're in the works of trying to get a part 2 to that coming up for this year's uniforms.
Not trying. We're gonna.
I mean, we're in the works. We're in the works on it right now. That was the try. We're working on it. But a throwback, doing it with the modern fit, the modern way the uniforms are built, going back to those colors. Everyone has the nostalgia factor for them where they're like, oh yeah, I remember those. Those were kind of cool. I'd love to see those again. And when they show up, everyone enjoys them. That's something that I think is good.
Turn down to a 5.
Is that everybody enjoys those. Okay, got it there. Everybody enjoys those. Sorry I got a little out there. I like these a lot, but I think just throwbacks are better than half of the modern ones nowadays anyhow.
Nice.
And I think we should just have a throwback season.
So old Sportniks, and sorry, brother, I want to call you Sportniks. I got to give props to your business, the Sportnik stuff. Anyway, he says that's the old Super Bowl Orange Crush. He lived in Aurora, Colorado that year. Craig Morton, Rick Upchurch. Boy, those were the old days. What do you think about those old uniforms, Bully, for the Broncos? Say it again.
Nothing.
You love them. Hey, what are we having? We having a Rolling Rock? What's on? What are we doing now?
Get your hands off my hiney, baby.
Nice. Bully has moved to the heinies. I love it. Anyway, did you bless it beforehand? I think I saw you blessing it.
I did a little blessing on camera, nonchalant. I know I don't want to take away from the show.
No. Bully, you are the show, brother. I do have to ask, and I'm not asking for a review here, but what does a hiney get as far as a rating from the Bully?
So coming out dry after not having a beer, I gave these a 6.8 earlier on my TikTok. Right now, coming in after a few Waterbirds and a light little Heineken coming afterwards. Oh, are we reaching a 7 or is it still a 6.8? Give me a quick minute.
No,
let me feel
please.
Can I hit the stance just real quick? Can I just do this?
Do it.
Bully,
like that.
Please take your time, brother.
Let's see what we're feeling with a quick buzz on a Heineken. Yeah.
I love Bully.
Nice. Not to interrupt, boys. Not to interrupt. It's nice. Oh, what are we doing with this? Where are we going? These are good too. Cold. If one thing I can say about my refrigerator, it's cold. You know, my ricotta cheese getting thrown out a weekend, yeah, because it's frozen. But I might be.
But the beer is cold. Oh.
Off the numbers, so I think I'm going to bump it a point, not to offend anyone, but that's a 6.9, boys and girls. Absolutely.
Nice.
Bully, I absolutely love you, dude. You are gold, brother. You're absolute gold. I love it. I love it. So anyway, that's the end of the Denver uniforms, and what a way to wrap that one up. We do have one more set of uniforms to talk over, guys, and these ones I'm going to let you know are quite a bit better. You guys let us know in the comments. You want to hit these uniforms right now, or you want to talk draft for a little bit? You want to take a breather? What do we want to do? I'm asking the comments, but you guys need a breather? Are you guys okay?
Well,
I'm good to keep rolling.
Die is the big thing. I'm at like 10% pretty soon.
Oh, and you've got it. You're going out, right?
Yeah, I had plans to do something tonight, but I'm here for the whole thing. We can let the phone die out. That's no issue.
Okay. Well, hey, whatever happens. We're gonna hit this next uniform then. We're gonna hit the next uniform since Bully's on the downturn on the phone. Yeah, on the clock. Yeah. So, boys, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the other team that came out with a new uniform this week was the Houston Texans. And boy, oh boy, I can say they did a much better job. Much better job. This image, boys, is the old, I can't remember who number 3 is for the Houston Texans. Sketch would know. Tuesday. He would know.
What's up, brother? I think it's Tank Dell. I think.
Yeah, that's right. And anyways, the 3 images of him, they've got a new kind of number design, like the way it is, the shape of it. And then they went, I like what they did with alternates, kind of. I do have one that I don't like. I do have one part I don't like, but I think Houston embraced what the NFL was doing this year when they said, hey, you guys can do a third look or whatever they said, bring it. Look, let's just go with the multi-looks. We lost the Bully.
We lost
the Bully.
No.
That's all good. All good. Let's keep rolling. Andrew, what do you think about
Bully, we
these
love
ones?
you, brother. Thank you for coming on the show.
Dude, Bully, have a great night. What a beautiful review. I can't wait. We got a review awesome. Out of the deal.
That was so much fun.
That was fantastic, man.
That was great.
Yeah, but so here we go. Let's move through these a little bit quicker. We'll kind of just show them off. I'll move through the graphics of them. But what do you think of these new Houston uniforms? Now, well, okay, let me say one quick thing here. The second graphic, you can see that they definitely embraced, as I said, kind of that 3 helmet thing. You see the red one there has just kind of part of a horn, which I think is so filthy. It is absolutely filthy. Then they have another one, an H on their helmet, which is their H-Town version, which I'm not personally a fan of. But I tell you what,
love it.
This red helmet right here is absolute filth. And I mean that in a good way.
The battle red is so good.
Oh, my Lord. That is so cool. That is so cool. Now, I will say, okay, if I do have to critique something on it, I'll say, maybe we're getting a little XFL-ish with the just part of a horn as a logo, but I don't even mind it. I'm going to be honest.
I don't care.
I like everything about it. What do you guys think? I'm going to read the comments while you tell us what you think. I've got the battle red displayed, just the helmet right now. But in fact, let me go back to going to go back to this one, which shows all three combinations. The red,
all three with the blue,
and you can see
blue
the
big
H
person.
You can see the H in the big guy, and then
the
it's got
shoulder sleeve on
up.
it too.
Yep.
Okay.
So there you go. I'm going to read some comments. You go.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off honestly by saying first things first. We need Denver. When we were talking about Denver, we said they needed an update, and I would kind of agree with that. I think personally, Houston is a team that didn't need one, but did really well with one. They didn't need a uniform update because I liked what they had originally anyway, and they were doing some cool stuff with it. But the fact that they did these looks awesome. And honestly, the away uniform, the white one, was revealed probably a good month and a half ago, and the internet just buried it.
Yeah.
No one talked about it. It never was spoken about, really. Everyone was like, I think this is real, and then they've dropped it out of nowhere. Honestly, kind of right after we talked about it on the show, it was like the next day or two, they dropped them all, and I loved them. I'm going to break it down going with just the standard blue. Yes, I see Wally's comment saying they kind of cry Falcons. I think that's just because of the background on the graphics, and it looks a little congested and dark. It's still the same navy blue. They made it look simple, but they made it work. It works for them. It's not so simple like Denver where it's like, what? They threw the logo on the shoulder. They made it simple. They have the red and white collar. I like that one. Their away uniforms, they incorporate the horn aspect again, but instead of going over the shoulder, it's going underneath and around the shoulder. And I think that looks super cool, having the blue with the red inside. Their battle red is perfection as far as what they could have done.
Although Sportnik says
battle red was,
it's Satan. And I'll give it to you.
I'm
not going to lie to you.
All of the horns
that image right there does kind of...
It does look... I'm not going to deny it.
The bill.
He has a point. He's on to something. He has a point. Bill. But I still think it is, as we like to say, filthy.
I think it looks great.
So clean. The battle red, even with what they had, their standard uniform like they had last year with the blue over the shoulder, all of that stuff, that still looked amazing. The red helmet last year looked amazing. All of the concept art, if you look up any concept helmet online, it's like they're trying to get every team to do a super zoomed in thing of their logo on their helmet. Texans did it, and man, it looks cool.
I like it.
Man, it looks cool. But I really love... I'm going to get on the box of I'm supporting this. I know you don't necessarily love it. They're alternates with the third helmet, third jersey, embracing the H-Town roots. They're bringing in that Houston Oilers blue and outlining and doing that piping around the numbers, and with the gloves of Tank Dell in the one picture here, it looks great. They have a retro, like iced out is what I'll call it, even though I don't think that's what they actually would call it, version of the logo on the shoulder. That looks super cool. They incorporated the H, which at first everyone was kind of like, this is interesting. And the more I look at it, the more I think it's awesome. It's brand new. It fits something different, but it still doesn't scream XFL. It screams NFL. Like, this is our font, our alternate. It looks cool. If you look at it even, there's a star on the H. It looks like a spur. They're in Texas. That's cattle country. They have a bull as their mascot anyway. And, you know, to say more cow puns as the Ag Man, if you let me, they're taking the bull by the horns and they're running with this.
Jesus.
It is awesome. I love it. I love these.
That last part was corny as hell, bro.
I do not care. I don't care, though.
That's awesome.
Because it's great.
That was corny as hell.
It's great.
But hey, you know what? It's good. It was good. It was good. I like it.
It was better than my NHL one, which I'll admit was corny to the point of like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But I think this is awesome. I do.
Yeah. I like it. I like the new shape of the numbers, if that's what you call it, the font for the numbers, whatever. My only critique is on the H helmet. I don't like the H helmet. I think it looks stupid. I think it looks like something that you get when in Pop Warner football, you know, your kid's team has the H on their helmet, you know, that's what it looks like to me. I wish they would have taken that blue, which you see in the upper left corner that Texan logo, the blue with the red eye. I wish that was on the side of the helmet. I think that would make that absolutely, as we have said and will continue to say, filthy. I think that would be phenomenal on that helmet. And then maybe put the H on the shoulder instead, just swap those two. But I really like those colors and all that they're doing on that uniform. I dig it. And great analysis on your part. But anyway, dude,
they had to incorporate the blue. They had to incorporate the light blue without trying to copy Tennessee. Yeah. And I think they did it well.
I really like them. I really
Tennessee
like them.
Uniform throwbacks. I think the Oilers throwbacks, it should be a battle of the two teams. Whoever wins gets them.
Oh, for next year.
I think that should be the case.
That would be sick.
I don't think Houston wants them anymore. Houston has these. They don't want them anymore.
Yeah, this is
our
pretty
past.
Sweet, though. This
is cool.
I do want to cover one more thing, and that's the fact that I am seeing all over the internet that the NFL has authorized the use of the Guardian helmet in-game. Did you see this?
The Guardian helmet?
Yes, the Guardian. That stupid thing they were putting on the outside of their helmet during minicamp, the foam padding.
No.
Yes.
They're not authorized that during a game.
Yes.
What?
It is authorized all next year, and I think it's up to the player.
Why are they using the marshmallow?
Yes.
Why?
It's so stupid. And it covers up the logo on the helmet.
Exactly. You don't see it.
Stupid. So stupid. Anyway,
I mean,
there you
Denver
go.
could do it. That's okay.
Yeah, well, with what they're doing, geez, I hope they wear Guardians.
But if they cover up a battle red with the frickin' marshmallow thing, I'm going to be upset.
Dude, stupid. Absolutely stupid. I mean, okay, whatever. I get it, but no. The BB cap. It's stupid. Anyway, that's it. So what the heck? I got to pee. Let's move on and let's do this part of the show, shall we?
Let's do it. Let's round it out.
that ending part. We're at an hour and a half anyway, 90-minute show. That's pretty darn good, draft show. Let's watch the rest of this. Watch the rest of the draft. Have a Friday night. Enjoy ourselves out there. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed putting it on. And like I said, when the comments are rolling like they were tonight, it makes it so much better for us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button on your way out if you haven't already. It helps us tremendously. We appreciate you. Thank you so much to Sportniks. As you guys see out here, here's our socials. Screen grab that. Follow us. We appreciate it. Hey, share as well. We're almost at 200.
Yes.
Man, it would be so cool to see 200 on there someday. Somewhere I never thought we would be. Somewhere I never thought we would be. But, man, this has been absolutely the best. Sportniks, thanks for hanging out all night. Thank you again for all your work. Great graphics. I'm dumbfounded. And everybody out there, have a great weekend. You guys are the absolute best. We love you guys. You guys rock. Andrew, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, brother. Let's go have a weekend.
See you, brother.
See you, brother.
Oh, no, I'm not ready for the credits. There we go. Push the button, Lee. Push the button.